Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. Today we're working in our needle book. We've got our stitches done on the outside. I'm excited. We're getting close to finishing it. Okay, we did our pocket last time and it's so cute, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get this set up to do some sewing on the machine. If you don't have a machine, like I said, use the back stitch. Use regular sewing thread and make the smallest stitches you're comfortable with making, and just use the back stitch and go all the way around. I've done that before. It works. Okay, so what we're going to do is place this on here, and then I'm going to take the machine and sew around the outside of the pocket, and we're also going to place our lace on the inside just to where it's barely maybe peeking over, but it doesn't have to peek over. I don't want it to peek over too much. Okay, so to get the placement right, I'm going to go ahead and fold this way. Okay, and then I'll know where to put this, but let's put the lace down first. I think that'll work better. Then we have that placement, and then we can do that. I think that's the best way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to start here and get me some pins. Now you can use clips. Clips are definitely a thing you can use. That would be an easy method. Okay. And maybe more people have the clips than the pins. Let's do that. I have lots of everything, so well, not everything. I still find things that, oh, I could use that. I could use that, right? Oh, it would be nice to have that. Yeah. Yeah. Let me get these big ones out of the way because I don't want the big ones. Okay. So just put them every little bit along the way, okay? And keep it straight, right? Like I said, when I was doing this, when I put that one together, I wanted to make sure that somebody could do this, and if they'd never done anything like this, they would have success with it, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead. You know how we do when we're putting lace or trim on something, and we just sort of turn that corner? Yeah? That's all you do with this too. And then you just sew right up over there and right on down. It works just fine. I promise. It does. So, all right. We're just going to have it. We're just going right up. You can barely see the stuff. Okay, where's my... Okay, let me get some of these out of the way because, yep, don't want the big ones. And you don't have to have a lot of these. You just want it to be still while you're sewing it, right? Okay. Right up through there. Again, we're going to go ahead and do just like when we're gluing it on. And if you feel more comfortable gluing it on, then do it that way. It's fine. You just go in and turn that corner, have it right where you want it, and then just clip it down, right? It's super simple and easy, guys. This is keeping everything really, really simple and easy. But you do have to have it laying down straight. So behave yourself here. Okay. So it has to be straight, because if the fabric's not laying down straight, you won't get your lace straight. Okay. And then just lay it down there. And get some more clips to hold it still. Like so. And like so. Okay. All right. Again, we're just going to turn that corner like so and scooch this over and hold that still. Okay. This is, like I said, this is the easiest way to do one of these things. and have quick, easy success with it. You don't want to make it too complicated. Now, if you've done this for years and you know how to do this, then, you know, it's just a refresher, or you're laughing at me for doing it, you know, differently. I don't know. Yeah, one of those things, okay? All right, we're going to turn our corner again and have that lay down, and we'll make our little clip come over and grab hold of it, right? Now, you're going to be moving this around when you sew, so you'll have it being still, but as you sew, you're going to hold it. If I was set up to do this on a video, I would show you how I do it, but I'm simply going to do a straight stitch. I'll start down here and then go all the way around. My stitch length is 2.5. It's not big, it's not tiny. Just, you know, it is where it is. Let me get some scissors and cut this off, because I don't need a whole bunch going over. I want a little bit of overlap, but not a lot. Okay, so we've got that, and we'll have our overlap there. Now we've got this on here, and we're going to fold it in half. Yep, I'm just going to do the whole thing like this, fold it in half, and then we're going to bring our pocket in, okay? And we're going to set our pocket right here, because we know we want it inside where the lace is, but we don't want it too close to our gutter of our book, because this fold, it'll be folded the other way, but this fold will still be the gutter, okay? All right, let's see. I'm going to have to use pins for this because it's inside. So just, if you don't have pins, use a needle. I mean, things can be used different ways, okay? As crafters, we should know these things, right? Oh, wait a minute. I bet I went through all the way. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't want to go all the way through, because I'm not sewing the other side of the thing. I'm just sewing this side of the thing, okay? Yeah, like so. All right. Now we've got that tacked down. We've got all this tacked down, and it's ready for the sewing machine. So, like I said, simple 2.5. That's, I mean, pretty standard. Don't go real small, because that's not good on your stitches. And don't go real big either, because that would be too loosey-goosey. You want it tacked down really good, okay? If you're doing it by hand, the smallest stitch you can do with just regular thread. Don't use embroidery floss. I mean, you can, but just regular sewing thread that you would mend something with, right? Okay. All right, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine, and we'll meet back on the other side to put the thing together. Awesome. See you in a minute. Okay, guys, we've got this all put together now. Just simply sewn around. This won't show, the stitching. It doesn't show on this side. If you look real hard, you could see it, but more or less it doesn't show. This shows a little bit, but we're going to put the blanket stitch around that, so it won't show much at all. It's one of those things, right? Okay, so that's where we're going to start here and just do our simple blanket stitch around the pocket. Well, around the sides and the bottom, not the top, of course. But, yeah, just, we've done the blanket stitch loads, so hopefully everybody's got that one down. You know how to do that. Just start your first one, and then, you know, just make sure you've got your threads lining up the right way, okay? And then we're just going to go and keep it a little bit even, making it smallish because it's a smallish pocket, right? Keep it a little bit even if you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. The blanket stitch can be very forgiving and very imperfect and be just fine. And if you get them a little bit close, the blanket stitch is the same exact thing as the buttonhole stitch. So you can do closer, further away. You can make your stitches longer, shorter, longer, shorter, whatever you want to do. It's just all up to you. Whatever you want to do. Doesn't take very long to do the blanket stitch, and then we'll start with the rest of our put-togethers, right? Okay. Just simple and easy. Again, if you feel more comfortable with using a hoop, go ahead on and do that, because, you know, no reason not to if you like it better, okay? I'm just trying very hard to keep mine a little bit even. As I said, this one's going to be a gift for someone, and hopefully they'll like it. I hope. Yeah, the blanket stitch is a nice one just to do a good border. We've got 2 corners, so this will be a good place to practice your corners, right? Sometimes corners can intimidate people, but yeah, it's no big deal. Not at all. Okay, so we're going to come up close, just in case you need a refresher on the corners. We're going to come up close and go this way. My thread's trying to be interesting. Okay, now we're just going to go this way. Then we're going to go back in, same place, and do the point of our pocket. Get to the point, right? Okay. And then we're going to turn it around, same place, and then we'll go this way. So, I hope you guys have had a lot of fun doing this series. I thought it would be fun to have a way to apply the stitches that we've learned. Now we've got more to learn. No, I'm not done yet. We've got more to learn, more to do, lots of stuff to do with this type of crafty thing, right? Okay. So yeah, we'll be doing lots more projects, and we're still gonna keep our samplers going, because I think the more stitches we add on there, the more awesome it looks. Just saying. Yep. Remember with these, don't pull too tight because you'll get a bulge. We do not want to bulge, right? This pocket would be a great place to put your needle threader or whatever, because you've got needles in your needle book, right? Then you can put your needle threader. Come on, you. Again, do as I say, not as I do. I just don't want to rethread on video if I don't have to. Use a shorter bit of thread. But yeah, this would be a great place to put your needle threader, or maybe a tiny pair of scissors, or, you know, some little something. I mean, it's not a big pocket, but it'll hold a little something. It's pretty sturdy. When we get it all together, it's really sturdy. We want sturdiness, don't we? Okay. All right, I've got a lot more to show you, so I'm going to go ahead and go around through here and finish it. I've shown you this in the corner. I'm going to finish this up and we'll be right back. Okay, got that finished. I just don't want the video to become a whole hour long. I'm trying, guys. I am trying. Okay, so what we're going to do, now that we've got this ready, it's ready to put together, okay? Put that to the side. We've got our cover that's ready to put together. We'll put that to the side for now. This is our cheap ear felt, okay? And we've got 2 pieces. You need 2, okay? Because you're going to put one on both sides, okay? You're sandwiching this between the cover and the inside cover, the outside and inside. So what we're going to do is turn this back on, because I had it on and then it un-oned. It turned itself off. Okay. Yep, so go ahead and get it started tacking down. So yeah, it's just heating bond, right? I don't know if I said what it is or not. I just said this, but yeah, it's heat and bond, and that's gonna put our pieces together. Now when I get it all put together, I'm gonna go and do some stitching with the machine. What I did for the other one was, let me show you. I did stitching all the way around it in a very neutral, samey colored. You can just barely tell. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do again. Is that you can't see it on the inside at all because it's in the lace and you can't see that, right? So that's what I'm going to do again once I get it all together. But we're not there yet. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and turn that over and put this on here, right? Okay. But yeah, once we get this on, we're almost done, guys. We have almost made a very beautiful, giftable, needlebook cover. Well, I've got 2, because one I'm going to keep for future use and show and tell kind of thing, because, you know, I'll be making more videos, and this will be my example kind of, oh, if you do this, you get this, and do this and that. You know what I mean? So one of them I'll keep, but the other one I'm making specifically for a gift. Okay, so we've got that on there and that on there, and it's really hot, so give it a minute to cool. It cools pretty quick, so yeah, then we're going to peel off the backing paper. Don't need that. And let's see, am I going to put it on this first or that first? I'm going to put it on this first. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get this situated. I don't want it to be all the way to the edge. No need for that. This will hold itself in place. Now, if you muff it up, which I have many times, okay, don't worry about it. You can always peel it back and then repress it and it'll hold again. this stuff is very forgiving, okay? All right, so I'm going to get the felt sort of positioned where I want it, right? Then I'm going to give it a press down. I'm not taking this off, not till I'm ready, okay? Yeah, I want it to stay in position, but you know, you just give it that time it needs to get stuck down. And when we press the other part on there, it'll be pressing the other side as well. You know, it's heat. It's going to go all the way through. Okay? So again, we're going to let that cool, you know, give it a minute. And see, it's sticking down, you know. So we're going to peel this off. This makes things so sturdy, guys. It really does. Now, on this one, you have to make sure you don't put it upside down because that would be awkward. So you want it to be right side up, right? Because, yeah, you don't want to mess that up. Okay, let's see. We want to make sure we've got it. I'm just kind of eyeballing everything every which way because you can, like I said, if you kind of make a oopsie, you can peel it back for a little bit and repress it, and that's fine. Okay, it's okay. It is. But you know, once you sew it down, you're kind of gonna have to live with it, or get your seam ripper out. Seam ripper is your friend. Get your seam ripper out and you know, rip those stitches out. It'll work. Okay, just want to make sure we've got some good pressure on this, and yeah, okay, get some good pressure on that. Button's in the wrong place for me. Good pressure, and make sure you cover everywhere, right? Okay. Okay. Now we've got this together. It needs stitched around. I'm going to use a very pale beige color like I did on this one. You can just barely see it. It kind of fades into the fabric, really. It's a very pale beige color because that's what would, you know, fade into mine. Okay? So it's going to close up this way. Isn't that pretty? I think it is. I do. I think it is. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead and go stitch around this so that I know for sure it's down and it's not going to go anywhere. And then we'll come back and we'll use our good felt to make our inside pages. We'll put it this way. So we get two. And yeah, this costs a little bit more, but you know what? It's just worth it. We'll get two pieces like this off of one piece of felt, and then we can make our this many pages. We've got 4, but you know, yeah. So we're gonna do that. So hold on a second. Again, I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm back. We've got this all stitched around. And again, you can barely see it. You can see it a little, but not much, okay? And it was really difficult not to sew that little bow down. Gosh. Note to self, next time don't put it so close to the corner. Okay, now a tip I would give for this is go slow. If you've got a sewing machine and you're doing that, go slow and lift your presser foot a lot to make sure you're getting all your bits and pieces underneath the needle and not all crunkled up, because they could crunkle on you. So, yeah. So yeah, just lift it, push it under, straighten it out, put it back down. Don't lift your needle. Your needles keeps your place, okay? If I could show you, I would. But one of these days I'm going to have a setup where I can bring my machine in and show you the things, right? But right now I can't. So I'm working on it. Okay, so inside we're going to put our two pages, our 2 pieces of felt. You can put more. I mean, I'm just doing this for, this. It's a little simple needle book, okay? So I want it to be, it's the perfect width, this is. So, yeah. And I want it to sit right inside. You see where the lace is? I want to sit it right inside where the lace is. So I'm just going to make me a little mark there. And I'm going to bring up my cutting board. Where's my... Ooh, I bet I left that on my big cutting place. Okay. It's a mucky one, but I'll be right back. I gotta go get my doohickey. I'll be right back. Okay, doohickey. Just a thing, Okay, get that out of the way. And we're gonna do... You just need a metal-sided ruler. If you got just a metal ruler, use that. Whatever, Just get it straight, right? Because you do want it straight. Let's see. I want it on a line too, because I can get it straighter that way. Let's see, is that straight? I may have to... No, I think I can work with that. Okay, let's cut this. And then you can square them up after the fact. Don't let your ruler move. I'm notorious of letting my ruler move. I am. Okay, so we want them to be the same size. So I'm going to lay this one on top of this one. Okay? Like so. Like so. Like so. Get me a line to follow, because I do much better with a line to follow. Okay. Like so. Don't let your ruler move. I'm telling myself, because it's easy for me to let my ruler... What in the world? Okay. Okay, we'll save that for another thing. Okay, now we're going to fold it this way and make sure if it's square or not, right? Because we want it to be straight when we put it in there. Yeah. Okay, so this side needs to be trimmed to be even-ish. Okay, the top and bottom look all right. On the other one, I had to trim the top, bottom, and this side. I mean, sometimes things happen and you just deal with it. Okay? All right, now we've got it squared up. Okie dokie. So that's our inside pages. They are straight. Yep. Okay, so we're going to lay these in here like so. Yep. And... they're going to sit right in there and fold. Oh, that looks so nice. And it feels good in your hands. It feels really sturdy and strong and all that. So what we're going to do is get some clamps to hold it still, really. Because you don't want it to be wiggling around on you, right? Okay. Okay, I'm going to put some of this stuff away out of the way. Excuse my reach. Get my mucky board out of the way, because that ain't pretty to look at. For sure. But it's handy to have around. I used to work off that all the time, and then I found out that I wasn't really cutting things on the board, so I didn't need it to be there all the time in the way. Okay. So I'm going to use just embroidery floss is what I used on this one. And I just did a running stitch, okay? It's just that simple. You can do, like, go right up and under here and kind of catch, kind of catch some of that and come up in the middle. In the middle. Maybe we should put a line to follow, do you think? I think we should. Okay, let's put a line to follow so you guys can see it and I don't get off track. Let's see, just right in the middle, like so. Well, yeah, like so, right there. All right, where's my erasable, heat erasable pen? And we'll keep it straight that way, right? Yep. Now you can do a 3-hole pamphlet. You can just tie it in any which way you want, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to do a running stitch because we've done that in our stitching and we know how to do that, right? Going all the way through. Now you have to watch on the other side because you don't want to mess up your stitches over there. Because, dude, on the other one, and I'll show you, I went in and out underneath some things and that helped. Yeah. If you need to, use a thimble. This isn't that hard to go through. I mean, and you can barely see these stitches on the other side, which is fine. I mean, seeing them, we put stitches over there on purpose. So seeing them is fine. But when you're going through and putting them, just don't get into something that you want to not mess up. Mess up meaning up in here, I would go under these stitches and not over them. Does that make sense? That's what I did in the other one. I went under them. And that's where we're about to get to. Okay? Just as simple as, I mean, it'll hold it in place, it'll do a good job, and you don't have to worry about, now see, let me get this out of the way. You don't want to go over this because that would be not nice. Okay, so we're going to go under that stitch and under this stitch. Yep. And then we're going to go back in right here. Making sure we're staying on our line though. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I just don't want, see, it doesn't show at all, but it would if you put your stitch over those. We don't want to cover up our pretty. I mean, you know, we just don't want them. Okay. So what we're going to do here is come up here. Let's see, right there. And back in right here. And sew this down. Okay. Just our finishing off, you know, we're just going to do this number where we're finishing it off. You remember that cheater stitch, right? Where you, well, just do like a little French knot kind of thing. Well, that's what we're going to do here. If it doesn't come out just right, we'll do our cheater fix for it, but it came out good. Came out just fine, okay? Now we've got that in. I'm gonna snip this off because that's not needed. Okay. Now, put that out of the way so it doesn't find me later. No. Okay, get these out of the way. Isn't that adorable? I can't quit looking at it. It's so pretty. Now, these will, of course, lay down as they should eventually. They have to get used to their new place. Let me see if I got enough heat to take off the marks. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. Now, all right, we've got that. Now we need a closure. And I mulled over what would be a good way. You could put a button on here and put some string around it. You could do all kinds of things. I came up with this because I thought it would be cool to do. And so that's what I did. So that's what we're going to do with this one. We need a needle we need enough, okay, we need enough to go around our book and leave enough for a bow on both sides. So, and the reason I need to measure this out is because I'll have to cut it off on the inside. If I have too much, I'm okay. If I have not enough, I'm going to be not happy. Okay. So just ever how much you think you'll need, give yourself a little bit more. That's all I can tell you. Okay, I need a bigger-ish needle. I'm using one with a big eye. Okay, you don't have to have that big eye. It's just what was on the desk. And then you just go through there. This works good if you cut it at an angle. There's your a tip. Okay. All right. Now I've got them more or less even on that side. And what I'm going to do is hold this together and poke through here-ish, somewhere in the middle, right? And on my line of that. Okay. All right. Now let's see, before I do anything, is this going to be big enough, long enough, not big enough, but long enough to go over here and tie a bow? I think it will. Okay. So we've got that. We've got that. Okay. I'll pull it back a little bit, but we've got that. Okay. Now we've got plenty in here. So I'll get my scissors. It's not that big of a hack, but if you put it through there and then, yeah, cut it on my mucky scissors, then you've got both strings on both sides, right? I hope that's making sense. Okay, so on this one, on the inside one, I'm going to tie my little double knot twice. Okay. So that even if the bow was loose or what have you, that's not going back through, okay? So we'll make our little bow in here because it's cute, right? And it'll be curly and stuff because this is embroidery ribbon, and it is a little curly, okay? So then we do this and we close it. It's so pretty. I hope the person likes it. Okay, now, then we're going to do this number, tie our bow on the outside. Is that adorable? I mean, really it is. To me, it is. Hope you guys like it. Just go around and tie you a big bow. And it's done. Just that simple and easy. Beginners can have so much success with this. People who've done it for a bajillion years can have success with this and feel good about themselves. I mean, you know, it's pretty, it's easy, it's super simple. You've got your pages in there to put your needles in. You can just, you know, do this number here. Have a needle in there. Is it cute or what? I mean, you can have different pages for different needles. Whatever you want to do. I mean, that's a little sloppy, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, and your needle threader can fit in the pocket. See there? It works. That's what I said. Okay, but yeah, you can get these a little straighter than I did. And it doesn't matter if you have them in there for a little while or a whole lot. This will be a great one for me to use as a project one, because then I can thread my needles with the embroidery thread that I want, and then just put them in here and they're ready to go. That's what I was thinking. So now they're a little straighter. But yeah, is that awesome or what? You've got your bow in the middle, no pocket back here. You could put needles on this too. I mean, you know, whatever. If you have a whole bunch of needles you're working with, that's pretty cool. Needle threader fits in there. You can get some of those little ones, or you can use the really nice big ones like I'm, just saying. That's the thing. And just tie it up. I know our video's getting long, but I'm just excited we finished it, right? We have finished them, and they are awesomely beautiful. Okay? Ha. Okay, you guys go make something pretty today. Isn't this amazingly beautiful? We've got our pocket on the inside. We've got all our stuff done. It's just gorgeous. Okay, I'll hush now. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.